Hello, divine souls of earth, and welcome to this week's weekly forecast. We are going to be discussing the week ahead of May 14th to May 21st. With that being said, a disclaimer that tarot and oracle do not deem you to any realities that do not resonate with you. So take what resonates and leave the rest. And let's get into this week. I'm gonna be pulling the cards on camera today so you can see kind of the process, and so I'm just going to get into that and we can discuss once we have them all out. So what energy are we going to be seeing in the week ahead, May 14th to May 21st? Starting off with the oracles, what energy will we be seeing in the week ahead? What energy will we be seeing in the week ahead? And I think this one too. Now the tarot cards. What energy will we be seeing in the week ahead? Energy will we be seeing in the week ahead? Oh, there's three. Okay. So with that being said, let's do the oracles first. And see, we have Spirit Guardian of Spring with activation. Wow, okay, and it has a little bit of a maypole there as well. If you we just on May 1st was Beltane, which is typically celebrated with a maypole, but kind of Beltane anyways is the point between spring equinox and summer equinox. So it's cool that, 2 weeks later now we have the activation of sort of maybe the manifestations or the seeds that you might have been planting around that time. We have be free, do what you love. Okay, we have the messenger. Okay, we have school, examine your beliefs about being tested. Ooh. Okay. We have teeth, take a big bite out of life, right? And lottery, bet on yourself. Wonderful. Okay, and then with the tarot cards that we have, we've got the Devil. Okay. We have Prince of Pentacles. We have Three of Wands and the Moon. And then for this last deck, we have Page of Cups, Three of Cups, and Strength. Wow, okay. So looking at the week ahead, right off the bat, I'm seeing the Messenger with the Devil, and also examining your beliefs about being tested. So something, whether it's a trigger or a person or something, is going to be happening this week that's going to be testing you. And it might be an old test that you feel like you've passed before. It might be like a test that you have engaged with before, a trigger or a person or a situation that you have done time and time again. But examining your beliefs before you are tested, and you might already know what this trigger or test might be coming up with, like you might know what's coming for you, but examining your beliefs about being tested. So the things that will be happening, the message that is coming, or the person or situation that you're going to be engaging with, it keeps coming back because your spirit team sees your evolution in this test. Okay, so any test, any cycle that you feel like you just keep going back to, it's because there's one piece that you might be missing, or you might not be examining close enough. But I think that this week is the week that it sort of shifts for you. You break out of the cycle. You break out of the cycle in the idea that you know that it will come back. You know that it's going to always circle back, but you pass the test in this week in a way that sets you up for success in the future. We see the Prince of Pentacles, and it's sort of the difference between the devil. You know, we assume, oh, I'm so tired of this, I'm so over this, I just don't want to do it anymore, versus the Prince of Pentacles, as in, okay, I see an opportunity to either not engage or engage in a new way. And because of that, you feel almost confident and you feel almost abundant, because you know that this devil character, the messenger, whatever test it is presenting itself, can no longer take away from you. It can present itself all it wants to, but your spirit team, we see a lot of guide images here. Your spirit team wants you to understand that this week is the time, is the test that you not necessarily pass, because again, you can't really fail, but this time you kind of meet it with a new energy, and the energy is activation. I think that I was right on point with the seeds you might have been planting around May 1st, the subconscious seeds or the conscious seeds, and you know, the physical seeds or the spiritual seeds that you might have been planting around May 1st. It's the activation of those seeds. So I'm hearing that a lot of us planted some spiritual seeds, some self-love seeds, some self-understanding seeds, and that's coming through for you. You are being free, doing what you love, taking a bite out of life, and betting on yourself. So this energy over here is telling me that this week your relationship with yourself is the strongest thing about you. That is what makes the Prince of Pentacles so it's like rich, like a rich piece of chocolate, though not like wealthy rich, and it could be like monetary abundance, but it's like there's depth to it. It's no longer shallow. He has layers to him. There are levels to his confidence and to what makes him feel like he can stand so strongly. And so your levels, your layers are going to be activated with your connection to yourself. You recognize your flame, and you recognize the energy that is currently flowing out of you. It's at your fingertips, and you can direct it towards whatever you want. So when these tests come up, you can direct your energy to healing them intentionally, or you can direct them to engaging in the same way you have because of out of habit. And again, when you, even if you trip up in the beginning, even if this person comes into your life or this experience happens again, you get pulled over, or you lose a job, or whatever it is that's really, it might, you know, kind of shake you and feel like a test. Like, why, how am I supposed to feel thankful in this moment, right? Or gratuitous or grateful? This thing happens, right? This experience happens, this person comes into your life, and you might trip up a little bit out of habit, but that's okay, because once again, it's only coming back to show you that you have a little bit of that habit left over, and that is where you examining your beliefs about being tested. You're only tested in order to subject you to realization of what it is you're still engaging with, okay? So this thing comes up for you, and you either react out of habit or you react with intention. So if you're clear going into the week with what your intentions are in this life, is it to enjoy your life? Is it to be free? Is it to be creative? And then when the test comes, how do you address the test with keeping your intentions in mind? Does engaging with a person from your past keep your happiness at the forefront? Does it help you be creative, or does it kind of push you back into an old, outlived mentality? Can you create a boundary? Can you examine your belief around this test where you create a boundary and you feel so confident about it, you're able to bet on yourself that you are healing, you are okay, you love yourself, you love that you can handle these things that come up, because you know that once again, the universe only takes things out of your life when it's trying to give you something much, much better, right? So again, in the moment, loss can feel very personal, whether it's relationship, job, money, etc., etc. Losing anything feels like it is personal. It feels personal because it is personal, and you have your heart attached to these things that you love so much, but just because you love them does not mean that they love you. And that's, again, your job, people, things, experiences. They don't always love you back, or they're not going to give you everything you are worth. Over here we have the Moon, we have Three of Wands, we have Page of Cups, we have the Three of Cups, we have Strength. You have this sort of restructuring again of your ability to feel empowered, with Strength over here kind of supporting the entire image, um, your strength is rooted in the self, okay? So like this Prince of Pentacles, your ability to feel abundant, your ability to feel strong in the face of the devil comes from your strength within the self, okay? So again, building up your boundaries, understanding the worth that you do have, okay? The Three of Cups is kind of again telling you what you are made of, almost like these Three of Cups pour into each other endlessly. So over here is you, over here is divinity, and over here is the energy of love and passion, okay? And anything outside of that, sure, you can put your energy there, but is it going to be pouring back into you the way you would wish it to, okay? And if not, can you be strong enough to cut those ties? Can you be strong enough to put it to the side and let it exist as it is? Or will you continue to expect things out of it and set yourself up for sort of that disappointment or that heartbreak? So again, and also understanding that what comes into you, you're in this relationship with the universe, you're in this relationship with divinity, so it's pouring into you. So here you are, here is the universe pouring into you and love pouring into you. And say that while they're pouring into you, you lose your job. It doesn't feel like love, but again, in some time when it comes back around and you get a new job, or you get this new creative sense that provides abundance for you anyways, and it's not really a job anymore, you know, it's offering you opportunities to accept what's coming to you. If you, throughout this week, keeping in mind that whatever is in front of you is for you to activate, it is for you to connect to yourself, it is for you to understand what is still holding you back from accepting this power that is coursing through you, okay? It's always there. You just have to tune into it. That's the whole idea behind raising vibrations. It's not about going higher or being better version of yourself. It's about tuning into a version of yourself that supports your healing. It's about tuning into the version of yourself that is strong and empowered with this energy, rather than the version of yourself who feels the need to satiate the devil, or even just engage with the devil, or engage with the messenger, the, you know, the even just the little petty things. It might not even be the outright devil. So like you could say your ex is a devil, you know, like there are people who we in our lives we deem as evil, off limits, don't want to mess with it. But then there's the messenger, and sometimes the messenger can be a smaller like fraction of the devil. So this is like workplace drama or gossip. This is you know, you dropped $5 and can't find it. These are little instances, but they are still small triggers in the way that they still kind of lead you to this ability to understand where your insecurities lie and where your triggers are still being fueled, okay? Where you are not being able to accept this peace and this magic. Three of Wands right above the Three of Cups, the three energies. So I just can't help but over explain to you guys how actually powerful you are, how connected you are, how divine you are. You have magic at your fingertips. It is shown over and over again. You have magic in yourself. It's about tuning into your magic, believing it, betting on yourself. Again, a huge part of becoming spiritually conscious is believing it, is letting all of your previous ideas kind of fall away and restructuring them in a way that does support your healing. The moon also being here also just talks about the cycles that we go through and how we kind of evolve in a circular motion. It's not that we're going from point A to point B, we're going around and around, and it's up to us to kind of elevate and come up to the next level and the next level. We're always learning the same sort of situations and lessons. It's only when we resist the lessons that the lesson becomes more dire. Okay, so I am going to share a personal story just to kind of help relate to you guys. I feel like specifics help me understand sometimes. So specifically in my life, we'll say 8 years ago, I had relationships, small relationships, like friendships and like beginner dating relationships that weren't, the people weren't really they weren't really serving me. I enjoyed the connection, but I didn't really understand how to separate myself from the person I was engaging with. I would be all in because I thought that that was what love was pouring my entire self into another person. So I did so, and I got my heart broken a few times, friendship, relationship, um, partners, even workplaces. Sometimes I would just give too much of myself to these people and I would get nothing in return. And they were small instances at first. And then I got my first serious relationship and I did the same thing over again, and I poured myself into this person and I really tried to convince myself that it was love. Here I was being tested again. Here's a person who's going to take from you. Can you create a boundary? Can you can you stop your own habits in order for your own healing and your own worth? And I didn't, not in that relationship. So it ended, and I still didn't really learn, because then the lesson kind of moved into my relationship with my parents, which is a relationship that you can't really just pick and choose who is there. It's whoever is there, that's your parent. The relationship with my parents now comes into view, and I am pouring myself. I have poured myself. They raised me to pour myself into them, and want their validation, and to achieve things in order to receive their validation. And so this connection was the closest connection to me. As a child, you grow up and hold your parents very closely to you, even if they're not the best parents. You, as a child, animalistically in your brain, you love your parents. You want to see your parents happy. So the lesson started off small with, here's a person who's going to take from you. Will you understand how to respect yourself? Okay, you didn't really learn on the small scale, so here's a larger version of that. Here's a more serious relationship. Are you going to learn to not let this person take from you? No, not learning. Okay, so here is the most important relationship in my life at the time, and this is just my example. Most important relationship in my life at the time. Will you learn to not pour yourself endlessly into this person? I didn't learn. And I have learned since, hindsight is 2020, but in the moment I was still acting habitually. I see all of these relationships now as sort of the cycle of the same lesson I was trying to learn. My spirit team wanted me to learn the entire time about setting boundaries and respecting myself, betting on myself, and I just wasn't getting it, or I didn't support myself and empowering myself to believe that I was even worth learning that lesson. So that was just a really long example of what it might look like sometimes for that to examine your beliefs about being tested. Is there a small lesson that I should learn today, as far as, whatever experience comes to you this week, how could it possibly be testing you, rather than it be happening to you and you just being begrudged about it or upset? How could you possibly meet it with gratitude, because like, you just trust? And I'm telling you here, it's being confirmed for you that whatever comes to you this week, it is the universe offering to you yourself, almost. The universe is offering you this strength over here. And also with the Page of Cups, we have a single figure with a single cup in their hands, and they're kind of, once again, filling it in the river of the universe. So it's like self-fulfillment almost. This week you might be understanding what relationships, or what I guess what relationships you have in the world that are not fulfilling you, and why it's not fulfilling to you. It's not fulfilling because you are not thinking of yourself and your own intentions, like we were talking about before. If you get clear about the intentions you have as far as what you want in this life, what you would like to receive, what you would like to experience, what you would like to believe about yourself, how you would like to feel, would you like to feel empowered? This magic behind the Prince of Pentacles, I'll show it closer now. It's like he doesn't have a doubt in the world that no matter where he goes, no matter what he does, he is provided for. And again, this could be monetary abundance, but it's also kind of abundance of experience, abundance of patience with yourself, abundance of healing and perspective that is helping you through these moments, helping you through these tests, and coming over to the other side where you have the understanding and the experience to understand your power and lean on your power and feel rooted in your power. It's not just kind of something you touch every once in a while. It is your entire self being free. Do what you love. You're here to experience your life, not to just check boxes, you know. Take a big bite out of life. I think that this week you are kind of being tested on your worth and your relationship to your worth. Do you feel worthy of taking a bite out of life? Do you feel worthy of taking something for yourself? Do you feel worthy of reclaiming your energy back to yourself? Maybe it is a cord cutting ceremony that you need to look into this week, of as far as cutting off the energetic connections you have to these triggers or these people or these places or situations, and coming back to your intentions. Sorry, my camera died. The activation of your seeds and your intentions, really just being straightforward about what you want to experience in this life and what you want to feel when you wake up in the morning and when you go to bed at night. If it feels like there's a piece missing, that is also a test in and of itself of, will you fulfill whatever it is within you that feels like it's empty, that feels like it's not there, and will you know where to look? If you don't know where to look, you're sort of in the right place if you are here listening to this video, because once again, taking the time to just listen to what your week will look like, being prepared, spending time with yourself. You could view myself as a messenger for you of, here is the key to your evolution, to your activation. It is trusting that you are this beautiful person, you are this energetic being, okay, and exploring that more, whether it be in books or YouTube videos, whatever it is that's going to help you explore your spiritual abundance and how it is rooted within you. There is nothing you need to do. There is nothing you need to change about yourself. It is all within you, where you just tune into the version of you that is going to be the happiest, that is going to be the most fulfilled, that is going to be the most peaceful even, okay? You don't fear the devil coming into your life because it will have no power. That is the version of you that you are working towards, that you are accepting this week, sitting with this week. If you have time at the end of your day to sit down and just visualize yourself feeling empowered, what it would feel like to have all of the understanding that you would ever need to feel fulfilled. What would it feel like for you to be completely okay? And then again, I feel like sitting with that energy, it's just going to start popping up for you the answers to your questions. Again, it doesn't really feel like you have to go and start any education courses, and if that would be fulfilling to you, by all means, but don't feel the need to do anything that you don't feel naturally drawn to. As far as like going and buying a product that is going to change your life, or going in and starting a routine that would change your life or get your life in order. It's really about tuning into you and what makes you feel fulfilled. Some people benefit the most from sleeping in every day. That's what makes them the most happy. It's not the most productive, but not everybody benefits from being productive. And just examining your belief around being the most productive version of you. Does your productiveness equate to your happiness, or does it sacrifice your happiness just to feel that you are productive, okay? Again, I think that overall, the understanding that we are here to exist and not to accomplish is going to help you, again, sit with the idea that you are empowered just as you are. There is nothing you must attain. There is nothing you must accomplish to feel fulfilled. It is all within yourself, within your mind's ability to connect to these energies and feel grateful for these energies to be pouring into your life. Also, side note, it could be beneficial to start journaling or even read old journals and kind of get some the word is escaping me, but getting an idea of where you were, you know, last time you journaled or the first time you journaled, and understanding the growth that you have experienced, and understanding how you do examine things differently now. And can you lean on that and go even further? Can you conceptualize your future self and what they might do in this situation, regarding, as in, like, um, you know, a trigger happens, how does your most healed version of you handle your triggers? Can you fathom the idea? And then can you get as close as you can to what that is for you? I think really just, again, sitting with the self, understanding, um, yeah, yourself, devoting time to yourself, letting go of the idea that you must give to everyone else. You must receive validation even from external people. If you need validation, here it is. Whatever you're doing, it is beautiful, it is perfect, you are amazing, you are validated. Okay, don't seek it anywhere else, because again, it just leads you down this road of seeking things externally when internally it's always there. It's always there. You just have to believe it. You just have to bet on yourself that you do know what you're doing, that you do know what resonates with you. Experimenting with your intuition, experimenting with visualization or meditation, whatever it is that's going to help you kind of grow your ideas around your power and your connection. And then again, believing them. So that's all I'm really seeing for the week ahead. Thank you so much for watching today. Again, if you have a chance, check out my Patreon or my Pinterest. They'll both be linked below, but they both have affirmations regarding this week, and you can save it as like a phone lock screen for yourself if you want to keep it with you and keep, you know, your intentions with you throughout the week. So yeah, I wish you luck, and I want to remind you that you are an extremely powerful person. You are extremely connected. You just have to tune into it. You are here. I love you. Have a wonderful week.